Hello friends, my today's topic is polygons. What is polygon? So we can define polygon as a simple closed curve made up of only line segment. So a figure which is made up of simple closed figure that is called or made up of only line segment is called a polygon. You can see few examples are over here. You can see the first one. It is a closed polygon. What do you mean by closed polygon? If I start with one point and ends with another point and all are only line segment, so this is a closed figure as well as simple closed curve, so this is a polygon. Here also if I start with one point and without lifting my hand, I will come back to the original point, initial point, so this is a simple closed curve and made up of line segments. So this is also the example of polygon. So these two are the examples of polygon. Now come to this point. If I start with one point and again I will come back to the initial point, this is a curve, closed curve, but this is not a simple closed curve. Why this is not simple? Because this line segment intersect each other. First, you can see that lines are not intersecting, but your lines are intersecting. So this is not a simple closed curve. This is only a closed curve. So this will not fulfill our definition because it is given simple closed curve. This is not a simple closed curve. So this is not a polygon. Come here. This is again not a polygon. Why? Because it is not made up of line segment. Here you can see that one small curve is there. In a polygon, it is made up of only line segment. Since curve is there, this is not a polygon. Now next figure, here you can see all are the line segment, but this is not closed, this is open. Here you can see that from this place this is open. So again this will not fulfill our definition. So this is not a polygon, this is an open curve, this is not a closed curve. So what is polygon? A simple closed curve made up of only line segment is known as polygon. Now in quadrilateral we have two types of quadrilaterals, or we can say polygon, two types of polygon, convex polygon or concave polygon. Or in next chapter you can see that convex quadrilateral or concave quadrilateral meaning is same. So what is convex? Whatever type of quadrilaterals we are studying, all are convex quadrilaterals. Concave, here you can see that cave shape is there, cave type of shape is there. So this is called concave. Wherever you will see that cave shape, that type of quadrilateral or that polygon is known as concave polygon. So what is the difference between these two? With the figure I have already explained you. Second thing, here all the angles are less than 90 degree. All the four angles will be less than 90 degree. But here your one angle will be more than 90 degree because this angle will be more than 90 degree. So convex quadrilateral, all angles are less than 180 degree, but here your one angle will be more than 180 degree. Another thing, diagonals. If I draw diagonals here, both the diagonals will be inside the figure. But here if I join these 2 points, so this diagonal will be outside of the figure. So we can differentiate this in 3 ways. First one with the figure, second one with in terms of the angles, and third one in terms of the diagonals. Now next one is classification of polygons. This is already names are given in your textbook. So I am just going to explain you. Let me clean the board once again. Yeah, just a minute. Okay. So the next one is classification of polygons. Classification of polygons. It depends upon the number of sides. If 3 sides are there in a polygon, this is called triangle. If 4 sides are there, this is called quadrilateral. If 5 sides are there, pentagon, P-E-N-T-A, pentagon. 6 sides are there, hexagon. If 7 sides are there, heptagon, H-E-P-T-A, heptagon. If 8 sides are there, octagon. If 9 sides are there, nonagon. And if 10 sides are there, this is called decagon. So based upon the number of sides, we give name to the polygons. 3 triangle, 4 quadrilateral, 5 pentagon, 6 hexagon, 7 heptagon, 8 octagon, 9 nonagon, and 10 decagon. Now the next subtopic is diagonals. Diagonals. In a quadrilateral, if we want to join diagonals, we can join opposite vertices. So a line segment joining opposite vertices is called a diagonal. If it is a pentagon, okay, quadrilateral it's okay. If suppose this is a pentagon, then how can we join this? So suppose I am taking this point A. So leave this adjacent vertices and join all other vertices. So these are the diagonals from point A. So we can say that diagonals are two non-consecutive vertices, a line segment joining two non-consecutive. What does it mean? कोई भी दो पास के वर्टाइसेस छोड़कर यदि हम बाकी वर्टाइसेस ज्वाइन करते हैं तो उसे हम कहते हैं डायगोनल्स. सो पॉइंट ए से कितने डायगोनल्स पॉसिबल है? 2 डायगोनल्स. सिमिलरली विथ पॉइंट बी, ये पॉइंट छोड़कर हम ये और ये पॉइंट ज्वाइन करेंगे. विथ पॉइंट सी हम कौन से पॉइंट ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं? पॉइंट ई ज्वाइन करेंगे. पॉइंट ए ऑलरेडी ज्वाइन किया हुआ है. पॉइंट डी से हम ई छोड़कर ए और बी को ज्वाइन करेंगे. पॉइंट ई से सी और बी को ज्वाइन करेंगे. सो इस तरह से यदि हम डायगोनल्स ज्वाइन करते हैं किसी पेंटागन में तो हमें एक स्टार शेप मिलता है. यू कैन सी दैट दिस इज द स्टार शेप. अब सवाल यह उठता है कि किसी भी पॉलीगॉन में हम कैसे फाइंड आउट करेंगे कि कितने डायगोनल्स होंगे? ट्रायंगल में कितने डायगोनल्स होंगे? क्वाड्रिलेटरल में कितने डायगोनल्स होंगे? पेंटागन में कितने डायगोनल्स होंगे? यदि हम काउंट करना चाहे तो ड्रॉ करके काउंट कर सकते हैं. बट यदि हेप्टागन नोनागन होगा तो हमें डायगोनल्स ड्रॉ करके काउंट करना बहुत डिफिकल्ट होगा. तो मैथ्स में जनरली हम इस वर्क को इजी बनाने के लिए हम फॉर्मूलेज यूज करते हैं. तो हमारे पास भी एक फॉर्मूला है नंबर ऑफ डायगोनल्स. How to find out number of diagonals? So the formula is n minus 3 upon 2. What is n over here? Number of sides. So कितने sides हैं diagonal उस पॉलीगॉन में, उस पर बेस्ड हम ये फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल यदि हम क्वाड्रिलेटरल की बात करें, क्वाड्रिलेटरल कितने साइड्स होते हैं? 4 साइड्स होते हैं. सो जस्ट रिप्लेस n विथ 4. सो 4 माइनस 3 बाई 2, तो ये आपको हो जाएगा 4 इंटू 1 बाई 2. यू कैन कैंसिल द नंबर. सो योर आंसर इज 2. सो इन अ क्वाड्रिलेटरल 2 डायगोनल्स आर देयर. सपोज इट इज गिवन हेक्सागन. Hexagon means how many sides? 6 sides. So replace this n with 6 and just do the calculation. So this will become 6 into 3 upon 2. Again you can cut the number. So 9. So hexagon में हमारे कितने diagonals होते हैं? 9 diagonals होते हैं. Now next one is triangle. Triangle means 3 sides. So replace n with 3. So 3 minus 3 upon 2. This 3 minus 3 will give you 0. So 0. In a triangle we have 0 diagonals. It means in a triangle we cannot draw any diagonal. With the definition of diagonal also, consecutive part को यदि हम छोड़ें तो हमें ज्वाइन करना होता है. बट ट्रायंगल में हमारे पास सिर्फ consecutive vertices ही होते हैं, इसलिए ट्रायंगल में diagonals पॉसिबल नहीं है. Now the next one is regular polygons. रेगुलर पॉलीगॉन्स में एंगल्स एंड साइड्स दोनों ही सेम होते हैं. ऑल द एंगल्स आर ऑफ इक्वल मेजर एंड ऑल द साइड्स आर ऑफ इक्वल मेजर. इसको हम कहते हैं इक्वी एंगुलर. Equiangular. And for sides we call equilateral. So regular polygons, in regular polygons all the angles are equiangular and all the sides are equilateral. What does it mean? जितने भी एंगल्स होते हैं उन सबके मेजर समान होते हैं, जितनी भी साइड्स होती हैं उन सबकी लेंथ सेम होती है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू कैन से equilateral triangle, all the three sides are equal and everybody knows that in equilateral triangle each angle is of 60 degree. दूसरा रेगुलर पॉलीगॉन होता है फोर साइड्स के लिए स्क्वायर. If all the four sides are equal, this is called a square, and square also you know all the angles are of 90 degree. So for three sides we call it equilateral triangle. For four sides we call it square. But if it is five sides, if all the five sides are equal, then how do we name it? We name it regular polygon. We use the word regular every time. Regular pentagon. Since five sides are there, regular pentagon. If six sides are same, regular hexagon. Seven sides are same, regular heptagon. Regular octagon, regular nonagon. So if more than four is there, we use the word regular, and with the number of sides we give name to the polygon. So this is the way we read this regular polygons. Now the next is angle sum property. What is angle sum property? Sum of all the angles of a quadrilateral. Sum of all the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. Sum of all the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Can you tell me what will be the sum of all the angles of a pentagon, of a hexagon, of a octagon? So again, to make our work easier, we have some formula, and the formula is n minus 2 into 180 degree. So we can find out sum of all the angles in a given polygon. Polygon means again based upon the number of sides. So here also n means number of sides. Okay. So suppose I try to find out for the triangle. Triangle means how many sides are there? 3 sides. So replace this n with 3. So this will give you 1 into 180 degree. So this will be 180 degree. So sum of all the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Suppose this is quadrilateral. So quadrilateral means how many sides are there? 4. So replace n with 4. So this will give you 2 into 180 degree, that is 360 degree. Suppose this is regular pentagon or only pentagon. So pentagon means how many sides are there? 5 sides are there. So 5 minus 2 into 180 degree. So this will give you 3 into 180 degree. So that is 540 degree. So this way you can find out sum of all the angles of a polygon. Suppose it is heptagon. Heptagon means number of sides will be 7. So replace n with 7. So this is 5 into 180 degree. So 18 5s are. The sum of all the angles will be 900 degree. So this is the way you can find out sum of all the angles in a given polygon. Now come to the exercise 3.1. Just turn over the pages this everything I have already explained you while explaining the topic. So directly I am going to start with question number 6, where it is given find x. So the first figure for find x, this figure is given over there, and angles are given here 50 degree. The second one is 130 degree, and here it is 120 degree, and you need to find out x. Since this is quadrilateral, you know that sum of all the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. So you can write down there by angle sum property. By angle sum property. What will be there? 50 plus 130 plus 120 plus x is equal to 360 degree. You can add all the numbers and the sum will be 300 plus x is equal to 360 degree, and we will use the equation concept. We will transfer this plus 300, so this will become minus 300 and value of x will be 60 degree. Now come to the second figure. The second figure is given like that. Okay, this is 70, this is x. Here it is given right angle and this is given 60 degree. Okay, so this x you need to find. You need to find this value also. Suppose I am taking the value y. So what will be the value of y? You can say that these are making linear pair. So you can say that 90 plus y is equal to 180 degree. What is the reason? Always we need to write down the reason as a linear pair. And you can find out value of y, that is 180 minus 90 degree. So value of y will be 90 degree. So after that, after solving this, you got this 90 degree. Now again, this is a quadrilateral. So you know that by angle sum property. Mentioning the property name is very important. By angle sum property. So how can we write down x plus 90 plus 70 plus 60 is equal to 360 degree. Add this 90 plus 70 plus 60. This will give you 220 is equal to 360 degree. Again use your equation concept. So 220 will become minus 220 and the answer will be 140 degree. So what is the measure of this x? 140 degree. Now come to the third sum. Let me draw figure this side. So this is one line is given and you can find out how many sides are there in this figure. This is the pentagon, this is x and this one is x. Here this is 30 degree and measure of this angle is given 70 degree and this one is given 60 degree. Okay. So by linear pair you can find out the value of this angle. If this is 70 degree, so definitely this angle will be 110 degree. So you can write any name. Suppose I am writing y. So you can find out 70 plus y is equal to 180 degree. So y is equal to 110 degree. What is the reason? I am writing in short linear pair. Similarly, you can find out this also. Suppose I am writing z over here. So you can write 60 plus z is equal to 180 degree. The reason is again linear pair. So x z is equal to, you will get 120 degree. Okay. Now this is pentagon. So what is this angle sum property of a pentagon? If you know, it's okay. If you don't know, you can find out angle sum property for a pentagon, that is n minus 2 into 180 degree. So what is the value of n? 5. 5 minus 2 will give you 3. 3 into 180 degree, it means 540 degree. Okay. So here you can write down by angle sum property. So right here 30 degree plus x 2 times. Then here value of y is 110 and value of z is 120 and this will equal to 540. So x plus x will give you 2x, and add this 30, 110 plus 220. All the sum will give you 260 degree is equal to 540. So use your equation concept. 2x is equal to 280 degree and x is equal to 140 degree. So here, before using angle sum property, we need to find out the figure is pentagon, hexagon, octagon. Based upon that, we will write down this angle sum property. Don't do mistake. Always don't take 360 degree. First, you find out figure is a quadrilateral or pentagon or a hexagon. Next figure is just like the same. That is also pentagon. So you can do that. And all the angles are of measure x, so you can take 5x. Now the seventh one, sum. So here it is given 30 degree, here it is given 90 degree, and this one is given 60 degree. With this, y is given, z is given, and x is given, and you need to find out x plus y plus z. So how to find out x? Again, this is in linear pair. So x plus 90 is equal to 180 degree. So x is equal to 90 degree. Reason you need to write linear pair. Similarly, you can find out y. So y plus 60 is equal to 180 degree. So y is equal to 120 degree. This is again linear pair. Similarly, you can find out z. Z plus 30 is equal to 180 degree. Again, this is your linear pair. So x is equal to 150 degree. So you have all the values of x, y and z. Just substitute the values x plus y plus z. So what is the value of x over here? 90 degree. Y is 120 degree. And z is 150 degree. If you will add this, you will get 360 degree. So with this sum, we can say that all these are the exterior angles. So sum of all the exterior angle is 160 degree. Here the figure is given for triangle. Next one is given for quadrilateral. Quadrilateral also you do the same thing. There also you will get 360 degree. So we can say that sum of all the exterior angle is always 360 degree. Thank you for watching today's video.